Canine Training Specialist, and we're going to do a heel today. We're going to do it through every single stage. My dog already knows the heel, so I've got to be careful what I say because obviously the dog's just going to get into a heel. Now, this dog knows how to do it on the left side, so we're going to teach it on the left side so you can see the final result then. If you have two different dogs, you can train them on two different sides. Just stick to one side at the beginning and just train them on one side. For one of my dogs, I have 3 different heels. Okay, so I have a normal heel on the right, I have a normal heel on the left, and I also have a competition heel on the left. And they have got different, so you say different words and the dog gets into a position differently. So what we're training today is just a normal heel that you can use to walk your dog anywhere for hours. All right, it does take some time to train this. This takes 7 weeks normally, so until you get a moving heel, all right, for most people. All right, if you do a lot of sessions a day, yeah, you can get through real fast, but I'm going to also tell you about the time frames. It's not a set in stone thing, all right, so I'm just going to say, look, 1 to 2 days, 2 to 4 days, you know, that sort of thing, and you're going to have to go by how good you are, because you are really the main difference in every dog. I mean, I can train a dog to do our 7-week course in 2 weeks, but I'm training people to do the course in 7 weeks because they're not dog trainers, all right? So, okay, so the first step we do is we do it without the dog. And the reason we do the movement without the dog is because we don't want to stress the dog out. You're learning the move. You just want to do the motion and get that motion correct before you even introduce the dog. A lot of things about dog training is about how you do motions. It's not really about the dog. The dog will follow the treat. This is for a food-driven dog, okay? You can pressure train and things, but that's a totally different video. So we are doing food-driven dog, and we're doing a heel command. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your feet together. Now this is for, you know, people on the left side. If you're obviously watching, you can copy it and do it on the right side or whatever. All right, so here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to have food in this hand on the left side, and as you go out, you're going to step. And I do a little music. Da-na-na-na-na. Flip your hand. Da-na-da-na. Yeah? Okay, I use music because people seem to remember it. You almost do a breaststroke. You turn your hand and then you come through. And I'm going to explain why you do that. So at the moment, imagine yourself luring a dog. Okay, you're luring the dog. The dog is being lured. Now, if you just brought the hand through this way, what do you think is going to happen? The dog's just going to go, oh, and move backwards, right? So what you're going to do is lure, you're going to flip your hand, and you're going to bring the dog straight through. Now, the dog is in the correct position when his legs and your legs are lined up, all right? So you're a little bit in front with the lure, because obviously the head, I mean, you can do it like this, but look, just do it like that. It's just much easier. All right, and then that's it. Now, when you first train this, let's do it a few times. Right? All right. So the reason we step back is because a lot of dogs aren't tiny little dogs. They need to be able to turn their body around. So what happens is they'll actually, when they come in for a heel, they actually flip their body. So we're trying to show them how to flip their body. They don't understand that yet. So we have to show them that. All right, so we've done it a couple of times with just ourselves. All right, we've got the movement. Now you just do this a few times so you've got the motion right, okay? Now, the next thing you do is you get your dog. Tilly. I'm going to use this little beagle because she's super food motivated. Now she does know the heel. Good girl. Now you don't need to have a lead on at the beginning. Just do this at home. Don't do it out and about. So she's nice and food focused. This dog's always food focused, all right? So I'm not going to say any command yet. Yes, 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 yes. And then I feed her. Break. Right. So now what I'm doing is I'm luring her. I'm not even saying command. Why I'm saying yes is to encourage her to follow the hand. Now you should have probably done food luring or something for a few days so your dog understands, oh, I'm going to follow the law. It's much easier than to train your dog to do anything. I mean, using food initially to train a dog to do something is much easier. I have a German Shepherd. He's not food driven. I had to do everything with pressure and markers and all that, which is why I understand the marking, right? So I motivate them through the yes. Yes, yes, yes. You can see she flips. Break. Just find there. There's a piece of blade. All right, so that is the beginning. Now, when you first do this and you want to do it a couple of times, you don't see how she naturally sits in front of me, which is lovely, but most dogs might stay there, right? She wants to get into it. So just lure them out, all right, because you want to start with them in front of you. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, she really wants that food. Okay, so that's how you start. Now you're just going to do just that movement for 1 to 2 days. You're not going to say any commands or anything. You can say yes, 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 or whatever, but that's just because you're going to mess it up. And you don't want to create a weird situation where you're saying a command and then creating some sort of weird experience for the dog. All right, so you're going to do that for 1 or 2 days. You're just going to do that, right? Next step, all right, is you know this now. So once they know it and you know it, you can start moving around. I mean, I would rather you do this. Right? And then you face them. Do it again. Right? Face them. Right? Face them again. Do it again. Right? But don't do so many that the dog's losing interest. All right? Because dogs don't like repetition. All right? So switch it up. Do a couple of sits, do a couple of downs, a couple of places, and do a couple of heels. All right. Now, after a couple of days, you're going to introduce the verbal. The verbal comes at the beginning. I'm going to say the command. The thing is, I don't want to say it with her because she already knows it. But we'll see how she goes. I'll just shove some treats in her face and hopefully she'll just follow the treats rather than what I've actually said. Heel. Yes. Oh yeah, she's doing good. Yes. And break. Right? Break means go do what you want. You're kind of done, right? Go do what you want. Have a little break. She knows what that means. All right? I'm trying not to say it without giving her treats, because as soon as I say giving treats, she's going to get into position. I'll show you later. Heel. Bum, 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 bum. Yes. Break. Now you can see there, I did a heel, and then I said break. Right? I said yes. I said a heel. As soon as she got in that position, I said yes, fed, break. Right? So that is the second part of your heel. Alright, so you're up to luring higher. Alright, I know, look at her go. She just is in position. But look, if your dog's in position like this, don't worry about you trying to move around. Just take a step back. Right, she's just, right, just move around, right? So, okay, so now we're luring higher. Heel, yes. Because it's not going to... break. All right. Heel. Yes. Break. Twisted all the leash up. You're just luring higher, right? Yes. Yes. Break. So you're making them less reliant on getting the food and following the food, because they should know by now. But the idea is basically to just go heel. Yes. Right, you can see she just break. Right, I just slap my leg. I mean, they're not verbal, right? So anything you can do to kind of help them is easier. But you can just say the word with her and she'll just position herself. And if she's not in the right position, I often just go, and she kind of corrects herself, and then she gets herself in the right position. And as soon as she gets in the right position, I mark with a yes. I don't use clickers and things because I don't want another thing to carry. You can see how much crap you carry anyway. Why do you want to carry another thing? Just use your voice, right? Which is why the markers are really important, which is what's coming into it now. The yes, yes, yes is very motivational, and the yes is telling her that she's in the right position. At first I use it for motivation, and then I just use it for the correct position, and then I can then go yes, and I go, oh, she's moved, yes, right? Okay, so the next stage of this is once they start going in, and you don't actually have to lure them, right? High or anything. I know she just wants food. Just correct yourself. Here we go. All right, right. Heel. Yes. Right. Once she, yes. Break. Right. I don't really like them jumping up for it because they're kind of out of the heel. I know they want the food really bad, like she just loves the food, but I'd rather them not doing it. It's like in the sit, I don't want them jumping up because that's not really a sit then anyway, is it? So then you start changing hands, right? Because you're not luring them anymore, right? You're kind of almost using the leash to get them in if you have to, but you shouldn't really have to. You should be able to go heel, yes, good, yes, good heel, right? And then we take a step, good heel, yes. Now you can use the leash to make her go forward or back, good heel, break, right? Now you use the leash to pull backwards or forwards. You've now swapped hands. So this is something where you guys need to learn to swap hands because you're not luring anymore. The dog doesn't need to be lured. Heel, yes, yes. I just popped her back a little bit. She was kind of in the right position. She kind of popped forward because of the tree. Good, good heel. Break. Yeah. And I kind of help her with my hand. You can see I kind of go break, right? Okay. So you start moving then, right? Oh, yeah, get it, find it. Because I don't want to distract her, I'll just let her get it. Heel. Yes. Good, good heel. And see how I'm really, like with some taller dogs, you probably at your armpit, right? Good. Yes. And see how it makes a few noises as well. Yes. 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 If I wanted to hurry up, I'm going to make a noise. Up. Good. Good. Good heel. Yes. Yes. Good. And you can use food a lot to help explain. So, you know, if you need them focus in, you can see she's just looking at that food. Yes. Break. Nice. You're not allowed to jump up for her. She knows that. I would pop her down or something. Right? Break. Yeah, you're amazing. I know she'll do anything for food. Now I kind of stepped out of the frame before, so I had to record this again. So she's going to turn into a little tubster, but that's okay. That's fine. So yeah. So you can see how we start moving. So we go heel, yes. Right. She's in a really good position. Step with that leg to help her. Right. Step with this leg. It's easier for her to understand. If I step with this leg, see how she's not moving. But this leg, she's moving with it. So we line her up with that leg, right? Good, yes. Good. Yes, yes. There you go. Break. And you can use the leash to kind of keep them in that perfect position. The more perfect you can make the position, the better she'll be in it. You can see she's very good, right? So once you start moving, you can start doing fast slows, stop starts. You can start going side to side, and I'll show you. Heel. Yes. Right. Yes. Yes. Break. Good. Right. See how I move to the side? So she starts really, where the side is very hard for them. So start forward and backwards movement. So forward movement. Heel. Yes. Good. Heel. So little. Yes. Turns are a little harder. Yes, yes, all right, yes, 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 break, and backwards is obviously a little harder, you know, because they have to kind of shuffle backwards, and this is all stuff that you can slowly work on, but we just want you to at least get to a forward motion. So let's say you're passing bikes, you know, whatever they're normally super fascinated in, you can just go heel, yes, and you can just walk, right? And they'll just walk. Now they're allowed to generally look around on a hill, but they are not allowed to sit. All right, that is the one thing. I want more focus, right? And at the beginning we use food, break. But for long walks, you're not going to have a lot. You'll give them food maybe sometimes, you know, as a reward, or at the end. If it's, you know, you need to kind of build up their resistance to it, so they walk longer and longer, without, you know, sniffing, without jumping at things, without dragging you anywhere. They're in that position. So that's something that we do a lot with service dogs, because it's easier just to keep them, especially young dogs. Like when my shepherd did his service dog test, he still wanted to go like explore. Now he did loose leash walking, that wasn't really the issue, but he did a lot of wee, you know, what's going on? And when you have these sort of dogs, which are hunting dogs, which are actually forward searching dogs, which are genetically programmed to constantly be in front of you and track, a heel's much easier. So if I go into Bunnings, a heel, or very short loose leash walking, but a heel is always going to be easier because they understand that position and then they won't sniff. She will pick up anything on the ground, and one of my friends had to put a dog down after it ate something at Bunnings. You've got to be very careful of things like that, you know, there's all sorts of stuff there. Heel. Yes. All right, and it's much easier to heel the dog. Yes. You can see I'm doing a bit of a kissy noise when she falls behind, just to speed her up. I could pop her on the leash as well. Yeah, around. Good. Yes. Yes. Free. Wow. All right. So we use free like when something's good coming, but I use it with her with food. But generally with most dogs, I like to use it for play. So that's your steps. I don't think there's anything else. Once you can start doing motion, it's just about building the endurance in. So that'll be your last step, is actually doing longer and longer heels. So, and around more and more distractions. You've got to get through those 6 environments. If you don't know what the 6 environments are, go back and watch our educational videos. They're the ones with the dark blue background. I'm Marion from Canine Training Specialist, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Thanks, see ya.